Sunlight is made of many colors, and the blue sky results mainly from Rayleigh scattering by tiny atmospheric molecules. Sunlight interacts with Earth's atmosphere. Although sunlight looks white to us, it is actually made up of many colors, each with its own wavelength. When sunlight enters the atmosphere, it meets tiny gas molecules, especially nitrogen and oxygen. These molecules are much smaller than the wavelengths of visible light, so they scatter the light in a special way known as Rayleigh scattering. In this process, light does not simply pass through the air unchanged, but is redirected in many directions. Shorter wavelengths are scattered much more strongly than longer wavelengths. Since blue and violet light have shorter wavelengths than red and orange light, they are scattered far more efficiently. As a result, when we look at the sky from almost any direction, scattered short wavelength light reaches our eyes. We perceive this scattered light mainly as blue, creating the familiar blue dome of the daytime sky. The sky is not violet, even though violet light has an even shorter wavelength than blue. Human eyes are less sensitive to violet than to blue. The sun emits somewhat less violet light, and part of the violet and near ultraviolet radiation is absorbed by the upper atmosphere. For these reasons, the scattered light appears predominantly blue rather than violet. The same principles help explain why the sun often looks yellow during the day. Because some blue light is scattered out of the direct solar beam, the light that reaches us straight from the sun contains relatively more yellow, orange, and red. At sunrise and sunset, sunlight travels through a much longer path in the atmosphere. During this longer journey, even more blue and green light is scattered away, leaving the direct sunlight enriched in red and orange tones. Clouds appear white because their water droplets are much larger than air molecules and scatter all visible wavelengths more equally. When clouds are thick or poorly lit, they may look gray because less light reaches their lower parts. Oceans look blue mainly because water absorbs red light more than blue light, while scattering and suspended particles can modify the color. Finally, space looks black because there is no atmosphere there to scatter sunlight into the observer's line of sight.